Did you know that someone in the world has a stroke every 40 seconds? It's a frightening thought, but here's the hopeful part. Up to 80% of strokes can actually be prevented if we learn to spot the early warning signs. Today, I'm going to share 3 often overlooked symptoms that could save your life or the life of someone you love. So stay with me, because what you're about to hear might change how you think about your health forever. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments, have you or someone you know ever experienced a stroke or even a mini stroke? Your story could be the one that helps someone else recognize the signs in time. Now, let me start with a story that hits close to home. Meet Daniel, a 45-year-old music teacher. He was in the middle of a class when he suddenly couldn't remember the name of his student, a name he'd said hundreds of times before. He just laughed it off, blaming it on stress. 2 weeks later, he collapsed while eating dinner. The doctors said it was a major stroke, but the truth is, his body had warned him days before. He just didn't know it. Or take Linda, who was 62 and loved gardening. One morning, she noticed that the colors in her garden seemed off. The flowers looked dim. Her vision blurred for a few minutes, and then it cleared up. She thought it was just her glasses acting up. That very same week, she was rushed to the ER. Half her face was drooping, and she couldn't speak. Fortunately, she survived, but with lasting effects. Stories like Daniel and Linda's are a powerful reminder. Strokes don't always look dramatic at first. They whisper before they scream. And if we listen carefully, we can stop the damage before it starts. So, let us talk about those whispers, the 3 hidden warning signs that could mean a stroke is on its way. First up, sudden confusion or blank moments. If you suddenly can't find the right words, forget where you are, or feel mentally foggy for no apparent reason, you need to pay attention. These can be signs of a mini-stroke, also known as a TIA or transient ischemic attack. Think of them like a short power outage in your brain. They're temporary, but they're also a serious warning. If you ignore them, the next outage could be permanent. The second hidden sign is unexpected dizziness or nausea. You might brush it off as vertigo, dehydration, or just a part of getting older. But if dizziness hits you suddenly, especially when it's combined with vomiting or problems with your balance, it could be a stroke in your cerebellum. That's the part of your brain that controls movement. One of my patients, George, thought he just had a stomach bug. It turned out it was his brain asking for help. And the third sign is sudden changes in your vision or hearing. Are you seeing double? Is your vision blurry in one eye? Or maybe sounds suddenly seem distorted or muffled. These aren't just issues with your eyes or ears, they can be early clues that blood flow to your brain is being blocked. If this happens, you need to get checked out immediately. Every single minute matters. Now, how can you quickly recognize a stroke if it happens to someone right in front of you? There's an easy-to-remember method called Be Fast, and it can literally save a life. B is for balance. Look for a sudden loss of balance or coordination. E is for eyes. Watch for sudden vision problems. F is for face. Does one side of the face droop? A is for arms. Ask them to raise both arms. Does one arm drift downward? S is for speech. Is your speech slurred or strange? And T is for time. If you see any of these signs, it's time to call emergency services immediately. Don't wait. Remember this. Time lost is brain lost. When I first started practicing medicine, there wasn't much we could do once a stroke hit. But today, treatments have come a long way. We now have medications that can dissolve blood clots and even procedures to physically remove them. But here's the critical part. These treatments only work if the patient gets to the hospital early enough. Every second truly counts. Alright, let's switch gears and talk about the most powerful tool you have, prevention. Because the best way to survive a stroke is to never have one in the first place. I'm going to share 5 simple, yet incredibly effective, things you can start doing right now to protect your brain. First, keep your blood pressure under control. This is non-negotiable. High blood pressure is the #1 cause of stroke. so check it regularly. You can get a monitor for your home or use one at the pharmacy. Cut back on salt, read your food labels, you'll be shocked where it's hiding. And move your body every single day. Even a 20-minute walk can make a world of difference. A small drop in blood pressure can slash your stroke risk significantly. Second, watch your blood sugar. Whether you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you need to be vigilant. High sugar levels are like sandpaper to your blood vessels, roughing them up and making them prone to clots and damage. Track your numbers, follow your doctor's advice, and stay on top of your medication. Your brain's health literally depends on healthy circulation, and sugar is one of its biggest enemies over time. Third, if you have an irregular heartbeat, like atrial fibrillation or AFib, you must treat it. That little flutter or racing feeling you might sometimes get in your chest isn't just a weird sensation. AFib can cause blood to pool in your heart, form clots, and then send those clots straight up to your brain. This is a direct pathway to a stroke. Don't ignore it. Work with your doctor to manage it effectively. Fourth, eat for your arteries. Think of food as medicine for your blood vessels. Load up on things that support healthy blood flow. Fatty fish like salmon, leafy greens like spinach and kale, vibrant berries, and crunchy nuts. On the flip side, you have to avoid the artery-clogging culprits, heavily processed foods, sugary snacks, and those fried, greasy fats that cause inflammation throughout your body. What you eat directly impacts the health of the vessels that feed your brain. And fifth, stay active. You don't need to run a marathon. The research is clear. Just 30 minutes of moderate activity, like brisk walking, most days of the week can reduce your stroke risk by nearly a third. The key isn't intensity, it's consistency. Find something you enjoy, whether it's dancing in your living room, gardening, or walking your dog. Just get moving and keep moving. Now, a crucial point. If you experience any of the warning signs we talked about, even if they disappear after a few minutes, do not brush them off. These are called transient ischemic attacks, or TIAs, often called mini-strokes. Think of a TIA as your body's fire alarm. It's a blaring warning that a bigger, more destructive fire could be coming. Ignoring that alarm is like waiting to see the flames before you call for help. A TIA is a medical emergency. So, what's your action plan starting today? First, learn the signs of stroke AST and teach them to your family. Make sure everyone in your household knows what to look for. Second, have your local emergency number saved in your phone and posted somewhere visible, like on the fridge. In a panic, you don't want to be searching for it. Third, know your numbers, your blood pressure and your blood sugar levels, and finally have a plan. Discuss it with your family. Who calls for help? Which hospital would you go to? I want to be very clear. Age is not the deciding factor in stroke recovery time is. I've seen 80-year-olds who got help immediately walk out of the hospital with a full recovery. So let's make a pact right here, right now. If you ever see the signs of a stroke in yourself, your partner, a parent, or even a stranger, you won't hesitate. You will act fast and call for help immediately. Every single second is precious brain tissue. Your brain deserves to be protected. If this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health advice that could genuinely save a life. Share it with the people you care about. It might be the most important video they see all day. Remember, knowledge is power, but action is survival. Stay aware, stay healthy, and as always, take care of your brain. I'll see you in the next video.